All right, it's recording. Okay, at this point, I've done the crucial step, which is to put all of the dialogue in and resized everything to where I think it'll fit. This isn't a step that I've ever been taught exactly, except maybe in passing, specifically by Evan Hill. He's like, he's really specific about getting your text in. So definitely think about that. So it's like a 3-step process. First the art, then the text, and then resizing the art to make sure that everything works out okay. All right, well, let's do our ink layer. Let's make one first, rename it, call it ink. There it is. I like the one called the rusty nib in the first one. When you have these sort of empty eyes like he does, you have to be kind of more on the spot with your expressions. Let's see how it looks. And what I might be doing here is taking my pencil layer and reducing it even more so we can, really see what effect we're having with the ink. Ink is not just blackening in lines. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just take my pencil lines and darken those up, even though they're not finished exactly. But we're establishing lighting, line weights, burnishing, etc. One of the things you always have to remember when you're inking is that when you're done, there will be no pencil left. The pencil will all be gone. It'll be erased. Or in the case of a digital comic like this, it'll just be flat out removed. So that's an important thing to realize. Is that anything that you do, just keep that in mind. I wonder if I'm a little too thick on my line weights. Maybe just a little bit. Okay. Now I've got this hand. I think my hand is just a bit too big, but we're going to pull in our lines just a little bit. And then kind of hope for the best. Ah, yes, okay. Oops. No, I should probably bring up, now I gotta thicken it back up again. Wally Wood and his amazing 22 panels that always work. Because I'm going to attempt one that I've not really done much before of, and that's going to be a white silhouette or an empty silhouette. Now I don't have Ben Day Dot's texture going on in this comic. But I do have, hey, that looks okay. So where's the white silhouette going to go? It's going to go here. You can see I drew the outline of this guy here. All right, let's try and get good old Abrax. I'm wondering if I should go thinner on the lines. Line weight is the thing that I'm often unsure about. I think it is. Yeah, it's definitely a thinner line weight is what was required. This is the kind of scene where you see the two characters looking down at something, and we're the spectator, so we have the point of view of looking up at them. You can see Quentin Tarantino use this shot a lot. It's kind of like the point of view of the guy stuck in the trunk or something. All right, when you get to this collar, see, I drew this wrong. The jacket is behind the neck. So you just have to figure out where you ended your neckline and then go slightly behind it. And in this case, he has his arms behind him, or at his sides at least. I have class tonight and I'm thinking about it. Now that the battle is over, I'm making his tie a little bit more straight. I had it before like kind of pulled out and loose. Or maybe he straightened his tie. Okay, he's got these two lines. Whoops. You're doing good with this line. What's wrong with it? And helpfully, um, we're also explaining at the same time what happened. You know, how did he get rid of him? What happened? Where did he go? Like the same questions that your readers are likely to ask, those are the ones you should be anticipating. Now I could use the panel border. It might be better form to do that. So to do that, if we put it right here, And we get a nice well-formed tail. There we go. Same deal here. Now in this case, I'm not hiding the lines in the panel borders because there's no art behind there for me to make sure that the white background will cover up. So in a sense, we're just going to leave it transparent, I guess. I think we could do it right here. And let's pull off the pencils. And guess what? It looks okay. It looks a bit simple. Let's go back to the ink layer. Usually I don't opt for anything this clean. I think that's fine. I'm a little bothered by this line right here. All right. Next panel. You see, if you have everything planned out and you're following the procedure, suddenly it doesn't take that long. It doesn't seem so daunting. All right, I think we're going to use a top-lit silhouette, so it's not completely a silhouette. We're going to show some white in the silhouette. Hondo's back to his original form, such as we understand it. We want to show the, so we're kind of doing this, this is also another Wally Wood, by the way, top lighting. So we're just looking for the top lighting, top lit parts of the silhouette. And then same down here. Although I want to emphasize the different positions of the characters. So this shows the head in profile. The thing about silhouettes is you don't have to show too many details. In fact, you probably should show less details. But if you can show a detail, it's probably a good thing. Gives us more information. And it's not meant to be a way to like save yourself the effort of drawing. It's supposed to give an effect of lighting, right? So if you're not very specifically thinking about the lighting. Now, why are we using silhouettes now, of all places? Well, the battle's over. It's like the lights are starting to dim on the comic, right? So we're going to think in those terms. Um, and it could be that the lights are actually dimming in the area, like it's getting closer to nightfall or whatever. But not necessarily, but it could be. Now, for fun, I saw like if you're familiar with the old X-Men, every once in a while they would draw Havoc like this because he had an all-black costume, and they would just knock out the white areas. Let's see how it looks. There's something missing, isn't there? It's the collar. All right, same deal here. Where he's as if the light is coming from the top. So you can see that the cheekbones, the nose, but you can't see a lot of the rest. Remember, he's got these kind of crazy cuffs, these sleeves, and we can input some light here and here. So a really interesting YouTube video. This is Andy Smith on the Professionals talking about who went to art school and was it necessary. Um, and a lot of people did go, went to the Kubert School, same school that I've been doing the online classes for. And a lot of them didn't go. Like Dan Fraga didn't go to any school. He started right out of high school. Fraga's great. Um, but even he said like it wasn't a picnic at all. Like he had a lot to overcome. All right, how are we gonna just make sure that we get? I want to make sure that the silhouette details are correct. We want to show the sort of burned area at the ground. Okay, and it's same principle as the as the focus line. All right, I think we're going to do these last two speech bubbles, and then we'll call it a day. Prometheus Powers asks, would that work on me too? Amberx says yes. Because they are, after all, it's the same concept. They're titans. They have a native realm. Prometheus' powers would have been returned to, by the way, the Celestial Library, if that's where he was banished. If you read the very first appearance of Prometheus' powers, that's where he's created. Also, kind of important to note, Prometheus' powers, despite being a Titan, I'm not sure if he's really an immortal. I think he might be a semi-mortal. Although, what does that mean? Okay, this is an example. Oops. This is an example of when you do need to do the flood fill because you're covering up some art. Looking good, okay. Come back here. Made him a bit too big. All right, we're going to go ahead and put some texture on the ground.